so I'm Janet. Welcome to your 30-minute yoga fusion class with me. So this class will basically be a mixture of different yoga styles with a bit of vinyasa flow at the start just to warm up the body, and then we're going to move on to a hatha style, a bit more static, where you hold the poses for a little bit longer, finishing off with a relaxation at the end. As always, if you do have any medical issues or injuries, please seek medical advice to get clearance before you start any classes with us, especially the ones online where we no longer get to see you in person. Otherwise, let's get started. So we're just going to start the class though with just some deep breaths. So sitting either with your legs tucked underneath in Vajrasana. If that doesn't suit your knees, obviously you can sit cross-legged. Normal cross-legged, 1 foot over the hip as a half lotus. You choose what is better for you today. Just starting with the hands there, opened, relax the shoulders and just closing the eyes down, relax. Take a nice long deep breath in through that nose. Exhale out there through the mouth. And again, deep breath in. Exhale out. And just keep going with that breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale there through the mouth. And just try to see if you can elongate that breath just a little bit deeper each time. Great, guys. So we're just going to do that one more time through. And then just return it to a normal pace. And just slowly open up through those eyes for me. Good. Once you're ready, we're just going to come into your tabletop position. So hands are just going to sit there underneath the shoulders, knees a little bit apart. Starting with just a few cat-cows just to warm up through that body. So take a nice long deep breath in through that nose and just push that belly down, push that tailbone up, looking forward, or if you can, all the way up towards the roof. On the exhale, we're just going to curl that spine up and tuck that chin in towards the chest, nice and long. And again, deep breath in through that nose, so lower the belly. Exhale out there, just to curve up through the spine. Just go through that for me a few more times. Inhale to lower. Exhale to curve. Good. One more time through. And then we're just going to bring it back into that neutral spine, into that normal tabletop position. Right here in the middle, getting ready to tuck the toes under. And we're going to lift that bum up high into the air with a slight bend through the knees as we warm up through, spreading out the fingers, dropping that head. Those of you who are flexible enough, we're just going to start to elongate out the legs, getting them nice and straight. Heels can be lifted, especially if you get really tight calves or hamstrings, or you can place them down ideally, and just try to make sure there's no curve in the back. And we're just going to push that chest down towards the thighs, and you should feel a lovely stretch going through the shoulders or down through the legs. Great, guys, and then just releasing it off and starting to move the feet now slowly up towards the hands. We're going to hang here into ragdoll. So all that means is feet go between the hands, knees can be slightly bent. We're going to try to see if we can touch your chest all the way down towards the thighs. Take your right hand to the left elbow, left hand to the other side, and just hang your head down here into ragdoll position. Like somebody's trying to pull your elbows down towards the floor. We're going to inch down a little bit more. Again, keep contact with the chest and the thighs. Those of you who are flexible in your hamstrings, you might want to extend your legs straighter, but as long as you keep that contact. If that doesn't suit, just bend the knees again and just bring it back down. Otherwise, we're starting to straighten. Try to get a little blood flow into the brains just for that inversion. Amazing. Then we're going to start to release the hands down to the ground. Taking your time, we're going to curl up. Making sure the head's the last to come up because we'll be hanging upside down a little bit. It's just so you don't get a head rush. And then once you come all the way up, we're just going to roll through the shoulders and come to the top of your mat. We're going to start with the sun salutation. 10 steps, I'll teach it slowly, and then we're going to get a little bit faster. So pop the hands here into prayer position. We're going to stretch it all the way up, looking up at the hands, arms hugging the ears tightly, standing straight or maybe leaning it back a little bit if your lower back will allow. Then bring the hands downwards, just to the outside of the feet. Bend the knees if you need to touch towards the ground and curve that head under. Taking your left leg, I'm going to step it right back. Dropping the knees, untucking the foot, making sure your right knee goes underneath the armpit and lift your chest up, looking forward. Good. Then we tuck the back toe. We're going to take the back knee off the ground first. Front leg will slide back into a lovely plank position, nice and strong. Good. So in this position, make sure you're nice flat back. Your bum is not too high like a mountain, nor is it sagging too low, otherwise it hurts your lower back. So keep it in the middle and look forward. Then we're going to go to a stanga position. So drop the knees, untuck the feet. Keep your elbows locked in and try to bring your body forward. The curve is in the spine. We're going to try to place your chest and forehead all the way down to the ground. So in this position, your bum is nice and high in the air, creating a little mountain. Good, and we slide your body forward, roll the shoulders, lift that chest halfway if you can. If for those of you a bit more flexible in the back, you might come all the way up into your full Bhujanasana or up dog, looking forward or to the roof. That's it. Then we're going to tuck the toes under, and then we're going to start to lift your bum up high into your downward dog position. Good. We're going to take your left leg high up into the air, bend that knee close in towards the chest, and we're going to lightly step it forward to the hand. Lower the back knee. So for some of us, if you can't make it all the way through and it ends up here, that is fine. Take your left hand and just pull that leg forward just to help you out. Again, making sure you're lifting that chest. Good. Nice and strong. Tuck your back toe, and then we're just going to bring it in into that forward fold, and then we rise it all the way up here into prayer position, finishing in the middle. Good. All right, so we're going to go a little bit faster on the other side. So stretch back, forward fold. This time take your right leg back, lower the knees, lift that chest. Coming into your plank position. A stanga position, so knees, chest, forehead. Sweep it all the way forward into your baby cobra or all the way up into your full up dog. Tuck the toes under, lift it up there into your downward dog. Taking your right leg high up, bend that knee in, and we're lightly stepping it forward to the hand, lower the back knee, lift the chest. Back leg comes into your forward fold here, and let's rise it all the way up into prayer position. Good, let's try it again, a little bit faster. Stretch back. Forward fold, left leg back, plank position, Ashtanga position, Bhujanasana, downward dog, left leg up and step it in, forward fold, rise it all the way up, stretch back, forward fold, right leg back, plank position, Ashtanga position, Bhujanasana, downward dog, right leg up and step it all the way in, forward fold and rise it all the way up. Good job. Let's go again. Stretch back, forward fold, left leg back, plank position, Ashtanga position, Bhujanasana, downward dog, left leg up and bring it all the way in, forward fold and rise it up. Let's go one more time to the right. Stretch back, forward fold, right leg back, plank position, Ashtanga position, Bhujanasana, downward dog, right leg up and bring it in, forward fold and rise it all the way up into prayer. Excellent. So hopefully that body's a little bit warmer. We're going to start on our balancing sequence. So in this position, you're going to use your left leg to stay on the ground, and your right foot is going to start coming up. Either here onto the calf, we're moving into tree. Those of you a bit more advanced, you're going to take your right hand and grab the foot and see if you can pop it into that thigh. So higher or lower, up to you, but just don't press it directly onto the knees, and try to see if you can get your right knee to open all the way out to the side there for me, and bring the hands, if you're a bit wobbly today, just in the middle. Good. So we're going to stare at something on the floor, try to see if we can find that gaze and that focus. Great job. For those of you who are ready, maybe we're going to start moving the arms up and reach up nice and high. Good. Hugging your ears, and we're just going to make like a pistol grip with the hands. Reach it all the way nice and tall for me, and holding it still. That's it. We're going to just hold this here for about 5 long breaths. Keep gazing. 2 and 1. Good job. We're going to move into a level 2 option. So we're going to roll the hands down and we're going to grab onto the foot. So if you can get it all the way up to the hips, fantastic. If you can't, just go a little bit low onto the thigh. Those of you who can't reach that high, you can cross it below onto that shin, but just try to see if you can point your right knee down towards the ground, looking to the floor, and then we're just going to start to roll your body forward. Right, step 1 is just to maintain your balance and focusing on a spot and bend forward. My level 2s, we're going to start reaching towards the ground, and then level 3s, if you've got a little bit more for me, you're going to bring your hands all the way to the floor without bending your standing leg too much, and then we're just going to curl the head underneath for a little bit of a massage through the throat. That's it. Nice and strong. Holding it here for that 5 breaths. Good. So the challenge bit is now to come up without actually taking that foot down. So bend a little bit through your left. See if you can use your core strength. We're going to roll that body slowly, slowly all the way up here. That's it. And then just drop it down. You might need to shake out that leg so there's a bit of blood flow coming into that left leg. And let's try it on the right side. So right foot is planted on the ground. Left foot is coming here onto that tree position. Going to go a little bit higher if you like to. Hands into the middle, focusing on that spot. That's not moving. Good. Making sure that left knee is open to the side. You're going to squeeze it. Don't worry about rotating too much because it will never go too far behind you because your hip will stop it. And then focus here. Good. If you're wobbly, we're going to stay here. Those of you who are okay, make the finger position with the hands. Take the arms up. We're going to hug your ears in with your bicep. So nice and strong. As you hug your ears in, your shoulders will naturally drop. So you can stand nice and tall in that one spot. Keep looking somewhere on the ground or straight ahead of you. That's not moving to help your focus. Good. Holding it here for that 5 breaths. Excellent. Let's move into that level 2. So bring the hands down. We're going to take the hands onto the foot. Bring that foot all the way up to the hip if you can. Choose your options to go lower along that leg if you need to. Pointing that left knee to the ground, looking to the floor. Bending forward, sticking your bum out on purpose. Right, step 1 is just to maintain this balance. Level 2 is we're starting to release the hands. And then for those of you who are flexible enough in your hamstrings, we're going to bring the hands all the way to the floor and then curl that head under. A little bit of massage through your throat. Try to keep your foot nice and high where it is so it doesn't slip down. And then just tuck it under. See how that feels through the back of your legs, maintaining your balance. Again, we're going for 5 slow breaths here. And again, taking your time, we're starting to roll up through the body, bend a little bit through your right leg if you need, right, using your core stability, coming all the way up. Try to maintain your balance and then pop that leg down and just shake it out. Good. All right, so the next sequence is, again, we're going to stand long ways on your mat and step your left foot forward, right foot will go behind you, open it out to a little bit at 90 degrees. We're coming into that warrior three. So all you're going to do is pop the hands into the middle, right, starting to drop your chest. We're going to squeeze through that right leg and see if you can lift it a little bit off the ground, right? Step one, a slight bend in your left knee if you need it. And then as you feel confident, we're going to drop your chest a little bit lower and we're going to start picking up your back leg towards hip level. So you're treating your body like a lever. The lower you go, the higher your back leg. For those of you who feel comfortable and you've got no shoulder issues, you can start extending the arms forward into one long straight line, into that warrior three position. Again, micro bend through that left leg, squeezing, using your leg, using your core, using your shoulders, and we're just holding it here for that 5 breaths. Good. After this, we're just going to move into a half moon shape with options. Good job. So once you're ready, without dropping your back leg, you take the hands towards the ground. My level ones, if you're new to this, I would suggest maybe stay with both hands on the ground. Those of you who are comfortable, your left foot is down, your left hand will also stay down. And then you're going to take your right hand and start reaching it up towards the roof into your half moon shape. So as you do it, rotate your chest to the front, and my back leg, rather than dropping, needs to stay up nice and high into one long straight line. Okay, for those of you who are confident, you can actually start looking up at your top hand. If you're not that confident today with your balance, just stay staring at somewhere in front of you, and we're just holding it here for that 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Slowly lowering the hands and your back leg down. Take your time and slowly starting to come up and roll out through the shoulders. And then we'll just try on the other side. Flip yourself over. Your right leg now will be the working. Your left leg will be extended behind you. Bringing the hands into the middle of the chest. Looking forward. Tip that body. Slight micro bend in your right leg. And then see if you can just pick up your back foot using your leg strength and a little bit of your glutes. Yeah? And then if you feel confident, drop that chest. Take your leg up a little bit higher until you're in one long straight line. See how that feels. Trickiest bit is just to balance as you lift your leg high and then your arms can come into it, into your full warrior three, nice and strong with the arms. Good. Looking just straight ahead of you, keeping your neck nice and comfortable, and we're holding it still. That's it. Keep holding for that. We've just got 5 more breaths here for that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Starting to move the hands towards the ground. As I said before, both hands can be on the ground as your back leg keeps lifting. Those of you who are comfortable, right leg is down, right hand will also go down, left hand will start coming up, and we're just turning your body open to the side, rotating. Try to see if you can get your shoulders to stack on top of each other, top hand up. So back leg, we tend to drop it when we get tired. We're going to extend it. Standing leg has just a tiny bend if you need it. Those of you who are strong enough, you can go straighter. But if that hurts your knees, just keep that micro bend, no big deal. Holding still for that 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Gently dropping that back leg and top hand all the way down there. Taking your time. Again, we're just going to roll up through the spine, letting your head be the last. Come up and roll out through the shoulders. Good. So that's your balancing sequence down. We're going to move on to some standing leg work. So with your left leg, we're going to step it right forward. Your right leg will go behind you about 1 meter or so. Okay, making sure your front heel and back heel is in one long straight line and it's turned at 90 degrees while your front foot is facing forward. Then turn your body to the front. Start bending through your front knee down to about 90 degrees. So be careful as your front knee starts to come forward. Make sure it stays behind the knee. For me to do that, I might need to heel toe my back leg a little bit and make myself a bit wider. Especially if you're quite tall, you might need to go a little bit wider stance, dropping your front knee to 90 degrees, and then arms come up straight into your warrior two. Focusing there on that middle finger. Good, and then if you want a little bit deeper, you go deeper into your front leg. So rather than bring your body forward, all we're going to do is stay in the middle and drop it down. Good. Holding just for 5, slow breath, and hopefully you should feel a little bit of a burn through your legs happening. Holding that still. Great job. For another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's bring in a twist here. So take your front hand and just drop it onto that left thigh. We're going to take your back right elbow and we're just going to bring it all the way to the outside of that left knee. So you're going to squish your stomach on top and you're going to twist your body. Then that right hand is just going to open up. Then we take that left hand on top to make a prayer position. Your left elbow will point up to the roof, and slowly, if you can at the same time, turn your head to look up towards the roof. That's it, so we can work out the neck muscle. So making sure this elbow goes all the way over and it's not inside, but we're twisting it so you can feel your stomach compressing. Holding here for that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. We're going to twist it into the middle. Your left hand will drop down just to the outside of the foot. We're going to take your right hand, rotate it all the way behind us, reach it to the roof. Good. We're going to come into your half triangle shape. So now your top hand, all you're going to do is move it to about a 45-degree angle, resting here on the side of your head. Hopefully you should feel that arm rubbing against the ear. So make sure this arm is not too floppy and not relaxed. It's nice and straight and elongated. And we just turn your head to look up towards the roof again. My cheek will graze against the arm. And all I'm going to do is try to just work out my neck muscles at the same time. That's it. Holding still. Hopefully you're starting to feel that little bit of a burn through that left leg now. Make sure your back leg is still nice and strong to help you share the load for that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So without moving your back leg, we're going to take your top hand down to the ground. So this part is probably the strongest move in this sequence. We're going to rest your chest onto the thigh, looking forward, right? So I'm going to give you a few options. If you're getting a bit tired now in your front leg, you might want to shake it out. Otherwise, you're going to just keep your hand onto the fingertips, looking forward. My level 2 is coming into your arrow. We're going to sweep the hands behind us, yeah, and we're looking forward. Good. Here is your level 2 option. If you want that little bit more of a burn through the shoulders, I'm actually going to take my arms forward at about a 45-degree angle. So here, as it gets stronger and you get tired, don't drop your arms too low. Try to point it upwards so that the biceps are right near your ear and you're looking forward. You're going to feel a big burn through the legs. Holding still there, just for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Using your core strength and legs, lift it all the way up, and let's open it back up to warrior 2. Last little bit on the side, we're going to straighten out the front leg. Pull it in tightly into a triangular shape. We're going to come into your full triangle. So take a deep breath in on the exhale. Tip your hip back, reach forward as far as you can, and then start dropping the arm down. Right, depending on your hamstrings, your hand might just need to rest here onto that leg as your top hand goes up. Those of you who've got that flexibility, you're going to take your left hand to the ground, just to the outside. So if you bring it to the inside, you tend to like push your bum back. What you want to do is keep it to the outside. Tuck your bum under, so into one long straight line. And looking up your top hand, focusing on that thumb there on your right hand. Pulling it nice and tightly, front and back leg as straight as possible. And open up through the chest, looking straight up. Holding. 5 more breaths here. Good, and then we can ease it out because this side will be done. 2,
1. Good job. Bend through your front knee and then see if you can bring your body all the way up into that warrior 2. Relax the hands, heel toe your back foot in and just step it forward and shake it out. Great job. We've just got one more side to go and then we're going to hit the floor and just chill out a little bit. So we're going to take your right leg to the front, left leg that goes behind you, 90 degrees, nice long stance, about 1 meter. Front heel, back heel. If I drew a straight line, that will be one alignment. Turn your body to the front, staring at your right foot, bending through your front knee. That's it. Remember, as your front knee comes down, you might need to move your back foot a little bit so that knee stays behind your foot, nice and deep into that leg. Arm comes up. So other thing we tend to do is when we get tired, your back leg tends to bend a little bit. I need you to sort of pull that in tight, and so you can go and share the weight of your body through the whole legs. Looking forward, focusing on that middle finger, and let's sink down just a little bit lower if you can. Always go deeper. 5 more breaths. 3, 2, 1. Bringing in the twist. Your front hand will drop onto that thigh. Your back left elbow is coming all the way around without turning your back foot. We're going to just turn your torso, rest your stomach on the thigh, open up that left hand. Right hand comes on top to make a prayer position. Looking up towards the roof there, working out through the neck. That's it. And holding. Nice and strongly. 5 more breaths here. Lovely. And release it. Turn it into the middle. Your right hand will come down all the way to the ground. Your left arm is just going to come behind you all the way up towards the roof first. Great. First, align your shoulders, open up through the chest. Then your top hand is moving to that 45-degree angle. Remember to feel that arm just resting on your ear. Arm is nice and straight. Turn your head there to look up towards the roof. Make sure to not put all the weight into your right hand. Right, as we get tired, we tend to use the hand to help us rather than the power of your legs and core. And we're holding here for that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Top hand coming down to the ground. Right, the harder one, the arrow, we're going to just not move your back leg yet. Just move your chest so it rests on that thigh. Level 1's here. We're just holding the hands lightly on the ground, up onto the fingertips. For those of you who've got a little bit more energy left, we're going to sweep the hands behind us into your full arrow there. And then the next last challenge is to take the arms above the head, just around the ears, pointing out at 45 degrees. This is a strong one, feeling it through your legs and shoulders. Keep breathing. We're just holding it there for that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bringing that body all the way up. Beautiful. Returning it back into that warrior 2. We're starting to straighten out the front leg. Pull it in nice and tight. Take a deep breath in on the exhale. Reach forward, push the hips back, right into one long straight line. Front hand drops down onto that leg to support, or all the way just to the outside of the foot. Top hand up, right? We tend to sort of like stick your bum out in order to do it sometimes. We're actually going to tuck it in, and your front leg without bending needs to be nice and straight. I'm touching towards the roof, looking upwards. Again, looking at your top hand, as strong as you can through the legs. Good. Feeling a hamstring just getting longer each time. Breathe in and exhale out to straighten a little bit more. For that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job bending through your front knee, using that core strength. We're going to lift that body all the way up here into that warrior 2. Relax the hands down. Heel toe your back foot. Step it all the way in. And then just come forward, shaking out a little bit through the legs. Good. So that's your legs done. And we're just going to hit the ground. A little bit of breath. And then we're going to finish. So coming all the way into a squat position if you can. Ideally, feet are together. If you need to, feet can be slightly apart. Deep breath in on the exhale, coming nice and low. So the aim here is to keep your heels as flat as you can towards the ground. That's it. And then if you can, open up the knees. Hands can be in the middle for my level 1, just squatting it here. My level 2s, we're actually going to bring the hands to the front of the ankles. Deep breath, exhale, bring your chest down. Forehead coming down towards the ground. Now, if you can't get your forehead all the way to the floor today, that is not a problem. I'm just showing you the range that you can go. You can obviously stay up a little bit higher here. If that doesn't suit you at all, you can go here. If you need to lift your heels off the ground, you can do it. Otherwise, we're going to try to keep it flat without falling backwards, obviously. And then just go as deep as you can all the way through. Just going for 5 more breaths, nearly done. Right, so taking your left hand onto that right knee, right hand behind you, sitting up nice and tall, just for a little bit of a twist through the back. Release and just swapping it over to the other side, taking your right hand onto that left knee, sitting up tall and looking behind you for a bit of a twist. Great job. Coming back into the middle. Hands are just relaxing, closing the eyes, relaxing that shoulder if you can for me. Just take a nice long deep breath in through that nose. Exhale out there through the mouth. One more deep breath in. Exhale out. Bring the hands into the middle. Drop the head. Namaste. Thanks for joining me. Bye.